with the bundle. Oh yeah, Osama for club. Then no go force you to dance. You can move your body as fast in a bank.
So guys, tonight David will be performing in Portugal and it's going to be lit. But just as David was in the aircraft, he was in lots of drama on Twitter. But you see, today's drama I endorse, because sometimes you need to face these trolls bumper to bumper. They need to know that they are not the only ones who can insult people. Like, nobody has the monopoly of insults. I mean, sometimes we just choose to keep it classy, you know, not like we don't know what to say and everywhere will scatter. But today's drama, like I said, I endorse. I love that David did not take prisoners. So before we get into the drama on Twitter, let's see what David got up to in the aircraft.
Did you say Kamavinga?
No, but that was a free show. Now they talk to me every day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's clutch. Mamba clutch.
Let me this.
Okay. I'll jump down. I'll be up front. Okay. Just need to win from you.
Yeah, already started the second. That's what I have support.
So this is what the Adeleke family jet looks like. You can tell it is so big. It's one of the biggest in Africa. Someone even yapped David, 7 people own one aircraft. I was like, oh, hey, see, trolls get mouth, I beg. Nobody trolls people more than wretched people, because even if it's 100 people that own that aircraft, easy. First guy I saw is David's foreign bodyguard. That's him, and of course that's him. And David got on FaceTime with his darling daughter Imade. I just love that they are back together and everything is good between them. Between Imade's mom and David. Hopefully it lasts.
I've been through the fire, I've been through the flame.
So David, you can see, has landed in Portugal. That's his bodyguard somewhere. David in white. White fits him so much. He rocks white so well. So because of the Afro Nation concert, a lot of celebrities are currently in Portugal. From Charlie Poppy and his siblings, Pokoli, Emoli, the list is endless.
Soldier! Policeman! Ready. I feel the fear. Sophia, I'm loco. Diana! One day, big space.
So let's take a look at David's exchange with fans of Wizkid'S. So on shade about private jets, David's father owning a private jet, and how it was the private jet belonged to an entire family or something. And David was like, he should prove that his father even has a car. And this girl who is David's fan was like, he doesn't have any car. He's one low life looking for your attention, and now you have given him. And David was like, maybe like that follow no sweet you again. Talk him again. He was telling his fan, because he actually follows this girl on Twitter. This actually made me laugh. David can be so childish, because which one is talk him again? And of course the girl quickly apologized. So the girl put up this tweet saying, Davido, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to get you angry. Forgive me. I beg, don't unfollow me. This is so funny. And of course, the funny thing is that someone that knows her was so upset and said, I will block you. Delete your number on my phone if you don't soft block that stupid Davido this morning. And David said to the person, block him. She no need you. I did for her. Guys, like I said, I found people were just angry, and I was finding the whole exchange very funny. So the girl actually sells hairs, and then she asks David to buy wig for legit 30 BG people. And David said, let's build you a new shop. DM me. David, this new shop in present day Nigeria, land and all of that. Well, let's see how that exchange went in the DM. So David reached out to her. So David sent this DM. He said, send your account. How much for a shop? I want to build for you. So guys, David, are you building or paying rent? And the girl shared the screenshot. She was super excited. I mean, who wouldn't be excited in today's Nigeria? So this busybody girl known as Ruth, I'm sure if you're a regular on X, she has the most to say about David. And she said something about that someone who spoke did not mention David. Why you get guilt conscience? And David said, shut up, Mrs. Belefu Fufu Ambassador. And truly, that was how this girl became famous. So she used to eat like big wraps of fufu. Like I said, if you're a regular on Twitter, I am pretty sure you know who Ruth is. The girl is a clout chaser. The girl is so annoying. Like, see, Nigerians say we can platform anybody. Like, Nigerians know how to give platforms to nuisance, people that turn out to be nuisance, like how they gave to Very Dirty Man. So this person as a busybody was like responding to that David's fan. She said, you did for her, but you did threatening her, Mugu. And David replied, when she finished now you go start to jealous her, Mugu. No free hair for you. And the girl said, jealous my friend? God forbid. We don't hate hair. I will use my money buy from her, no be today. And David replied, money, corrected her spelling. You don't the shake type. Calm down. Guys, say David is funny. Like, Davido is such a funny person. That's one of the reasons I actually enjoy his interviews. I don't think he realizes how funny he is, and it's not like he does it on purpose, but he's just too funny. Like, just look at what he said to this. Hey God, I laughed today. I enjoyed everything. Like, I enjoyed it so much. So David said, this free jets where they fly all around the world, they really pain una. I am sorry, it's my birthright. In my next life, I go come as vulcanizer. Mabinu, that is sorry in Yoruba. Third jet on the way, by the way. Cool. See, one thing I have to say is this: Nigerians, especially broke people, they have this resentment towards rich people, and I really don't like it. I feel like even if your parents were not rich, I believe wealth can come from you. It's a matter of hard work, because I've seen some of these social media influencers that grew up really poor. Now they even mingle with the rich. They are friends with these people. So the only thing is, I just feel like people need, poor people are they are just jealous of the rich, because I feel like you don't need to be angry. David is privileged, and that's what Mary has a little lamb. It's not his fault that he was born privileged, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. My dear, if I believe that if a lot of us were in his shoes, would have been worse. But the good thing about David is he's a very simple person. Still very simple, loves to relate with people. He's even in touch with reality. Like, David is one of the few wealthy people I know that are in touch with reality, in the sense that David understands what it means that somebody is suffering, someone doesn't have this. There are some people that you say, I took bike today, maybe, or let's say you tell them, I trekked a long distance, like 2 hours. They're like, how can you trek 2 hours? How? Are you trying to tell me you don't have common 500 naira for transport, even if it's 500 naira? Like, they don't even know that there are people who are really broke, who do not have, funds lying somewhere. So like I always say, David is one person that is in touch with reality. He understands the plight of the average man. A lot of people don't. I remember I used to work where I worked before. I remember one time my boss was like, okay, everybody was going to open accounts with a particular bank. That was the bank that was servicing the company, that everybody was going to open accounts in that bank. And one guy was like, okay, when they pay salary. And my boss was like, no, I'm not going to hold your salary until you open the bank, you open the account. And then the account needed, like, the guy who was doing processing it was like, we need to at least 2k in the account. And this guy said he doesn't have 2,000 naira. So at the time I was the accountant of that company, and I was like, okay, so please, when my boss was like, how far with the account, I said this particular guy said he does not have 2,000 for the account. And my girl was like, what does he mean by he does not have 2,000? Is he trying to say he doesn't have savings? Guess how much this boy's salary was? 20,000. Yeah, 20,000. And this hasn't been long. His salary was, he was like a messenger. So when my boss said that, and I just wanted to tell him it's possible because I've been there, but I just kept quiet. I was like, that was his privilege speaking. You know, privilege blinds. Sometimes you just need to be extra intentional. You need to mingle with people, like regular people. If your class of friends are people that are doing so well, trust me, you find it so difficult to believe certain things. Like if someone says, oh, I have headache but I've taken herbs, you'll be like, oh, you're stingy. Are you trying to say you don't have money to buy malaria drug? But in the real sense, there are people that are really that broke. So we need to, like I said, privilege blinds. There's really nothing anybody can do about that. But I just need people to be kind, like consideration. You need to say, oh, it's possible. No, this person could be suffering. The fact that you have it easy doesn't mean the next person has it easy. So I need poor people, and I feel like parents have a role to play too. Like when you're like train your children not to hate people who are rich. Like it's not their fault. Like someone said something some time ago. The person was like, this thing started from our parents' time, where they will tell you this rich man is a ritualist, this one did ogwego, this one, like we coupled with Nollywood, we basically grew up believing that people barely made legitimate money. But that's false. There are people who have made legitimate, clean money. But then growing up, people be like, this man, see his house, he has ogwego, he did ogwego, he used his mother for ritual, he used his this for the. But in the real sense, all those things are just fallacies. So I feel like people need to, because a lot of people, it's just like very dirty man. When he started, he used to do this kind, no, I'm the poor, I love being poor. But look at now, he has gotten NGO money, he's traveling, he's driving good cars, he's living in a comfortable house, and even struggling so hard to be in the circle of the rich, to show you that he was just deceiving himself and being very delusional. So it's not bad to say, oh, I admire this, I wish I was friend. It's not like, I don't like people that antagonize the rich. Like, don't be angry because someone is rich. Not being fault saying, like, it's not David's fault that your father did not make money. It's not David's fault that you're not from a generation of wealthy people. So instead of beefing him, kneel down and tell God, please, I want my generation to not know suffering. Even if my parents could not give me a good life, I want to break that jinx of poverty. I want to be the one who will make my family name known. Like, these are valid prayer points, if you ask me. But then, Nigerians, poor people, former poor people, the way they that's why sometimes when people say, oh, the rich used to oppress, I was telling somebody, sometimes even the poor oppress the rich. Like if you see most of these riffraffs trolling David has said that there was a time he tracked like one or two of them, that if you even see them, you start pitying them because you just know they're nothing. Because I believe that if your life is beautiful, like, why would you be trolling? Like, do you know what it means to say, oh, 7 people own the jet, not even you get them? Like some kind of reasonable things, telling him, oh, you know, they behave like celebrity, they behave like local boy, you know, like for waiting. David is himself. He's his authentic self. He's not ready to be who he is not. Like I say this all the time, there are 1,001 celebrities. If you feel like, oh, I'm a fan of David, but I don't like that he's accessible, which is a very big lie, by the way, because sometimes it's easier to think that these people are accessible because of what you see on social media. In the real sense, to have access to these people, they had to make I give another expo. So like I was saying, I don't like people that are like, oh no, it has to be this. Oh, David, it's accessible. David, like you're just trolling. You complain about every single thing he does. It's different if, okay, there are times he does things you don't like and you're like, no, I don't like this thing, David. But this one, you're like, you're following him bumper to bumper. You know his songs. You're talking about, oh, this his song is not good. You know, oh, the flow is not this. Like, how do you guys, till today I don't think I've ever been to Wizkid'S YouTube, or like I probably haven't checked his Instagram in, I don't know, I can't remember last thing. Maybe when his mom passed, that was when I even went to his Instagram. That time his mom passed and the burial and all of that. So I need people to protect your mental health. If you don't like somebody, leave them alone. You don't need to stalk them. Like, guys, I beg, I don't tire. I just remembered that I have to highlight something very important. Did you observe how David exchanged words with these people who are obviously known Wizkid fans on Twitter without even mentioning Wizkid's name? If it was Wizkid now, you will see him, he will start, you know, inserting the video like Davido sent his fans. But will he learn how to act better? No way. It's bote onye simpiaka.